Salam, labas, kushimasian. Hey guys, it's Erin. Just me. Um, this vlog was just gonna be me. But Lakin, I was gonna go have breakfast and do the vlog at a new spot. But then my daughter texted me and told me a story which changed my trajectory. So now we're gonna still tell my vlog story of what I was originally gonna tell you. But instead of going to have breakfast, we're gonna go get the stuff that makes couscous. We're not gonna make it, and I don't know if the person that we're giving it to is going to make it. But Cameron and Jack, if you don't know, are in getting full-time, like basically full-time Arabic, standard Arabic and French lessons. Their best friend's mom is teaching them 3 days a week, and it's basically like 5 hours a day. That's not what I thought it was, but they're doing amazing. She's doing amazing. She doesn't put up with stuff, but they really like her, so it's like a great combo. They're learning. Anyway, it's Friday, and it's Cameron texted me and said, or she said before she left, she's like, if she makes couscous, will you come? And I said, of course, right? Of course, because who's going to turn down couscous? And so then Cameron texted me when she gets there. She's like, she's not making couscous because she doesn't have the vegetables. She's like, she didn't ask, but I'm asking, can you go get the vegetables? And I'm like, Cameron, I have to make a vlog. I have to. And then I was like, you know what? I can hold out on eating, and I can go get the stuff to make couscous, and then we'll see if they'll make couscous. We don't know. Inshallah, maybe not. If they don't, not a big deal. She's doing a really great, big, huge with teaching them, so it's the least we could do. All right, guys, let's go get what we need to get couscous. All right, guys, I didn't even mention yet, I'm at the souk. I didn't mention what this vlog is about. Is Morocco safe? Okay, so I did a vlog about is Morocco safe in 2024, early 2024, spring of 2024, so it's been 2 years. And now the climate has changed in the whole world, specifically really ramped up this past year. And specifically these past few weeks, as early as yesterday, the U.S. has been sending warnings to anyone living abroad, especially in the Middle East. Now, I am not living in the Middle East. I know some Americans might think because I live in a Muslim majority country that I'm living in the Middle East, and that the Adhan plays 5 times a day. I'm living in the Middle East. I am not living in the Middle East. I am, in fact, living in Africa. Morocco is in northern Africa. I know, guys. All right, so that's for my Americans out there. Not everyone, meshikushi, but bezef. You guys know there's a meme and there's a reason for a meme, okay? Anyway, so yeah, so I'm not in the Middle East. It is peaceful here. It is still peaceful here. But as far as is Morocco safe? So yes, Morocco is very, very safe. If you follow me here on YouTube, you saw we did a vlog a couple months ago. They had an open house in Rabat along the ocean with the police. And I'm going to get away from this person. I'll be guys, I'm not used to doing the vlogs with keeping the camera on myself so long. And my arm's already hurting. I'm used to I don't know why, but I guess because when I do it facing out, I don't have my arm up as high. But because I have to do my face, I have to keep it up high like this. And when I'm filming them, I have it like this. And my arm hurts already. I think I have to get in shape, guys. I'm out of shape. All right, I think I just solved my problem to tell this story. I'm sitting on the curb before I go in the souk to tell the story. Okay, so anyway, Morocco is safe. Like I said, they just had an open house that we went to a couple months ago, showing all the stuff that Morocco has that crazy. I've been here over 3 years, guys, and I see so many more barrages along the ocean. And it's not just yes, it's summer, so there's more tourists and all, but this was even before it was summer. The safety here is very, very top notch. I feel very, very safe here. I know one of the biggest things that you'll see on Instagram, social media, is especially from women travelers, they'll say that they get harassed by men here. I will say that I've maybe encountered that a couple of times, but honestly, it hasn't been here where I live, and it's not It's not like, not saying it's not valid. That's not valid, but I don't personally think, and I think I've experienced it way more in America. But look, men are men everywhere, so I don't think it really matters where you're at. But personally, in my opinion, I think it's fine. All right, but I want to tell you specifically a story that happened to me yesterday in the Medina that was just absolutely amazing. Just another little core memory that I'm gonna have about Morocco, and just another example of how great the people are of Morocco. All right, so guys, yesterday, I'm having like a really bad month, by the way. It's summer, and YouTube does not do well on YouTube summer because everybody's on vacation and they don't watch as many videos. And last week, one of my bigger videos, I forgot to push the monetization, and the first 15,000 views did not get monetized. And if you know YouTube, that's like, now it's slowed down. It doesn't get as many views. I hope you can hear me. Anyway, and then my phone stopped charging. I had to buy an emergency original iPhone charger that I had to charge from the back, and it was 600 dirhams. And I did not get ripped off, guys. This is how much this was. It's the original one. And I go to a same guy that I've been working with since I moved here. He only does iPhone stuff, Apple stuff. And then I had to get the phone fixed, and it was 3 hours of work, and it was 900 dirhams to fix it. And then school is coming up. Rent is due, obviously, every month. It's just a lot going on. Cameron's iPad broke. I feel like it's like I'm waiting for the break, you know, the light in the tunnel, and it's not here yet. There's a light on my face right now, but that's not the light in the tunnel yet. Inshallah, it will come soon, hopefully sooner than later. But anyway, what was I telling you that for? Okay, so yesterday I was at the Medina, and I was prepared to drop my phone off and go to the cafe, which was like up the street out of the Medina, and wait like 3-4 hours for them to fix it, right? And I had my laptop. I dropped my phone off, and I'm walking out of the Medina, and if anybody knows the Medina, I'm near where the tramway is, not yet about to cross the street, but like near there, right? My shoe breaks. My flip-flop from America breaks. It's not a flip-flop. It is a flip-flop technically, but it's like a nice one. It's like not like, it's not like plastic. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, and I'm like, oh my God, and there's no shoe places right there, and the Medina floor you do not want to walk in, right? It's really, really dirty. All right, guys, fast forward, because I'm back in the car because I was in the souk, but it was way too loud, and then I ended up getting help from two boys that helped me with the groceries. Anyway, I got my vegetables. I literally spent less than 50 dirhams getting all the vegetables. I got pumpkin, potatoes, turnips, carrots, something else, I don't even know, but I spent like 40 dirhams, like $4. Anyway, I gotta drop these off to them. I don't know if we'll get it. I'm gonna get some chicken too. She didn't say she didn't have chicken, but you know what, I'll get them some chicken. Anyway, wait, shuf. What was I gonna say? Okay, so back to the story. So I didn't want to walk in the Medina. It was gross, right? So right there were the little blue and white little pedal guys that will take you around the Medina. There is a shoe places, right? Like, I'm not good with feet and measurement, but like in that little pedal thing, it would have taken literally 15 seconds, right? He told me 100 dirhams. And I'm like, okay, dude, I'm not a tourist. Goodbye, right? So I go and sit on the bench behind those. And I noticed this mom and her like teenage daughter and another daughter who's probably like 10 or 8. And she's wearing hijab, and I'm like, and they're dressed nicely. Not super like they're rich or anything, but like, you know, they're dressed nice. Like, so I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to ask them if they would go get me a pair of shoes, right? Listen, I know it might sound a crazy request to people not living in Morocco, but I've lived here long enough to realize that Moroccans really are very nice people. And when they see that you're in a situation, they have sympathy for you, you know? So I go up to them and I'm like, Smalia, do you speak Anglais? And the mom said no, but the daughter did say yes. I had a feeling that the daughter would speak English. And I said, hi. I said, I'm so sorry to bother you. And I said, this is a strange request. Joaquin. And then I proceeded to tell her how, you know, I was here to wait 3-4 hours to get my phone fixed. And I was going to the cafe down the street and my shoe fixed broke and I can't walk. It won't even let me walk. Can you go get me a pair of shoes if I give you the money? And I'll give you money for getting it for me. And I told her how they wanted 100 dirhams to take me right there. And then her mom was like, didn't understand, but then she did understand. And she's like, oh my God, absolutely. So then I go and sit on the bench and I give them 200 dirhams. I give them a 200 dirham bill and they go to get me the shoe. I told them I'm a size 40. And I said, I don't care what you get me. I said, just get me something basic. I don't care. It doesn't matter what it looks like, just as long as it works. I'm a size 40, right? Flip-flop, fine, whatever, you know? The only thing I was hoping in the back of my head was I'm hoping they don't get me Crocs because I don't like Crocs. I've never had a pair of Crocs. I have worn the kids' Crocs, Jack's Crocs once in a while, but I've never bought a pair of Crocs and I don't want this to be my first time wearing Crocs. Guys, the good news is when I started this video, I was like, ooh, I can't show you the shoes, but then I realized they're in the car with me. So let me show you the pair of shoes. Not the shoes that they bought me, but the shoes. So this is the box that the new pair of shoes came in. And they're just like those basic, you know, ones with the stamp on it. The thing is, I am a size 40, but unfortunately, I should have gotten a 41 in these because they're slides and they're not the flip-flops, they're slides. And they did leave a mark on my feet, so they're a little too small. But these are the original shoes that I had. They're from America. And now listen. My cats chew the top of them a little bit, but I've had these shoes for 10 years. So, and you don't see that when and actually that got a little bad. I don't know how that happened. But you don't see that when my toe is on it. But I love these shoes. I don't even know where they're from. You can't even see it anymore. But I love these shoes. They're from America. I've had these for 10 years. And this is the one that broke. I'm showing you the one that didn't broke. This is where it broke. I'm wondering if it could be fixed. But then is it even worth to be fixed? Because now I'm noticing that's really bad right there. That's actually really bad. That will actually look like a crusty foot. I don't want to have crusty foot. So I think maybe we will finally retire these. I won't throw them away. I'll put them by the dumpster because I'm sure somebody will take them. Oh wait, they're broken. Somebody won't take them probably. Or maybe somebody will take them to get them fixed. I don't know. But people in Morocco don't waste stuff. So anyway, let me get back to the story because it just keeps getting better. So it gets a little scary first. So I sit at this bench and I had noticed earlier, let me back up. When the shoe thing first happened, I noticed that when I was like looking around, I did see a shoe guy there, a polisher. And this is before I asked about ride and all that. I asked the polisher, when I walked by the polisher guy, there was these two guys that were sitting there. And I think one of them had special needs because he like was a little rocking and he shouted out as I walked by. And I have a little experience and I think he was a little special needs. And there was another guy next to him and they were older, like they were like probably in their early 20s or something maybe, right? Anyway, so long story short, I go back there later on and I sit by them. That's where there was only a seat right there. And the one that I think might have had special needs turns to me and he says, my best friend. And he hugs them. And I'm like, oh, that's very nice. Messian. That's very nice, right? And then that guy turns to me. The other guy turns to me in an English accent, or English, saying English. He's like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from America. And I said, I live in Wifakto in Tamara. And I was like, where are you from? He's like, well, I live in Russia, but I'm from Morocco, outside of Casa. It begins with a K, H-R-O-R-I. I forget. You know what it is, but you know. And anyway, and they're in Rabat right now. But anyway, and he's from Russia, and he heard the story. And I said, do you think they're going to come back? And he's like, yeah, they're going to come back with your shoes. Long story short, we were waiting, and we know the shoes places were right there. It was like 20 minutes, and I'm starting to get worried. He's like, they're going to come back. And finally, after what seemed like forever, we started looking at each other. And just when I think he's going to tell me, I think they might not come back, I look over, and they're coming back. And they bought me these beautiful shoes. And I was like, this is why. Now listen, did I get lucky? Yes. But does this happen a lot in Morocco? Yes. And does this happen a lot in other places in the world? No. Okay, have I been in a lot of places in the world? No. But I've been in America, and this stuff you can't expect this in America. I really don't. There are nice people in America, but I have never felt the safeness and the comfortableness, if that's a word, I'm losing my English, in America to just go up to somebody and hand somebody a $20, well, first of all, not $20, you can't get a pair of shoes for $20 in America, and get a pair of shoes and get my stuff back. Like, and by the way, I tried to give him 50 dirhams, and the mom absolutely refused not. And then I tried to give it to the daughter. She refused, and I was like, no, just give it to them. Let them get candy. Let them get a toy. She absolutely refused not. Listen, Moroccans might cut you off while driving. They might beep at you to get going before the light turns green. But they will invite you over for couscous. They will go get you a pair of shoes when you break your shoes in Medina. You know what I'm saying? Moroccans are such generous people. And Morocco is safe. I can wholeheartedly tell you that I feel 100% comfortable and 100% safe as a single woman in America. In Morocco. Guys, it's been a long day. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for couscous. I'm really hoping we get couscous today. Morocco is safe, guys. It really is. I feel home here, and even though with the tensions, well, not tensions, guys, outright my country is obliterating other countries, children, adults, women, animals, historical sites, water sources, schools, but I will say Morocco, regarding all that, Morocco is still safe, and I still see it continuing to be safe. I don't see America being safe because our own people are being killed in the streets. U.S. citizens are being killed in the streets. So Americans, stay safe out there. Everyone stay safe out there. And please, affect, stop. Don't ever stop speaking up for the oppressed. You have to do your part. Bislama.